This is the biggest weakness of those who ignore you. Have you ever wondered why, amidst so many interactions, some people simply choose to ignore you? It may seem like a display of power or control, but the truth is that behind this indifference lies a weakness that few perceive. What many see as a way to maintain control is actually a mask that covers deep insecurities and a latent fear of confrontation. But what does this mean for you? It means that being ignored doesn't reflect your worth, but rather the emotional limitations of those who choose indifference as a shield. In this video, we're going to uncover the real weakness of those who ignore you and how you can turn this experience into a path of growth and unshakable self-confidence. Get ready for a new perspective that will completely change the way you face these situations. Topic 1. The illusion of control. Why ignoring is a sign of weakness. Ignoring someone may initially seem like a demonstration of power, an act that suggests control over one's own emotions and the situation. However, if we look closer, this attitude hides a less glamorous truth. The ancient wisdom of Stoic philosophy teaches that true strength lies in facing challenges head-on, not in avoiding them. When a person resorts to indifference, they are actually avoiding confronting their own vulnerabilities, as if they were running from the mirror that reveals their weaknesses. This is the opposite of Stoic practice, which values the courageous facing of difficulties, no matter how uncomfortable they may be. Imagine a situation where someone ignores you, trying to destabilize you emotionally. The natural instinct might be to interpret this action as a measure of your own worth. But modern Stoicism reminds us that the other person's behavior reflects more about them than about you. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great names in Stoic philosophy, suggested in his Meditations that we should not let the actions of others disturb our inner peace. Therefore, when ignored, understand that this indifference is a barrier the other person creates to protect themselves, not a reflection of who you are. Moreover, indifference can be seen as a form of emotional defense. The person who ignores, rather than facing their feelings of insecurity or fear of rejection, prefers to hide behind a veil of apparent superiority. This reveals a fragility that often goes unnoticed, but is clear to those who understand the essence of Stoic philosophy. Ignoring someone is, in fact, an admission that the other person has power over their emotions, power that the one who ignores desperately tries to deny. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we do not need to bow to the attitudes of others, especially when those attitudes are attempts to control us through silence or absence. In Stoic practice, true strength lies in maintaining serenity regardless of external circumstances. This serenity is not a mask of indifference, but rather a manifestation of self-confidence and inner security. By understanding that the indifference of others is disguised weakness, you can choose not to be affected by it, standing firm in your own worth and purpose. Therefore, when confronted with indifference, the Stoic response is not to ignore in return, but to recognize the situation for what it really is, an opportunity to practice compassion and understanding. Those who ignore are fighting their own internal battles, and their indifference is merely a projection of those struggles. This does not diminish your worth. On the contrary, it gives you the chance to grow in Stoic wisdom and become an even more resilient person. And it is precisely in this resilience that we find the key to the next step in our journey of self-discovery. Topic 2. Reflecting your inner strength. Indifference, although often painful, can be seen as a mirror that reflects the inner strength of the person facing it. When someone chooses to ignore you, it can serve as a test of your emotional resilience. Instead of reacting impulsively or feeling down, Stoic practice suggests that you use this experience as an opportunity to demonstrate your true strength. Stoic philosophy teaches that true security does not depend on the actions of others, but on how you react to them. Turning this indifference into a source of self-confidence is a clear sign that you do not allow yourself to be defined by others' behavior. Let's take, for example, a common scenario in the workplace. Imagine that a colleague or superior systematically ignores you, not valuing your contributions. Instead of feeling inferior, you can apply the Stoic principle of not depending on external approval. By reinforcing your self-sufficiency, you not only demonstrate resilience, but also promote an attitude of self-respect. This approach, besides being liberating, reinforces the idea that control over your emotions is in your hands and not in others. Each time you stand firm in the face of indifference, you become stronger, more stoic. One of life's great challenges is learning not to be shaken by others' indifference, especially in personal relationships. Often we seek validation and recognition, forgetting that our true strength comes from within. Stoic philosophy teaches that by overcoming these small daily battles without being shaken, you strengthen your resilience. Every time you face indifference with serenity, you demonstrate a Stoic ability not to be influenced by others' emotions. This does not mean that you are insensitive, but rather that you choose not to be dominated by the insecurity of those who try to ignore you. Facing indifference with objectivity is a skill that can be developed with practice. Stoic wisdom encourages us to see each challenge as an opportunity for growth. When you realize that the other person's indifference may be rooted in their own internal battles, it becomes easier not to take this behavior personally. Instead, you focus on strengthening your self-confidence and continuing your journey of personal development. The result? A resilience that not only impresses but also inspires those around you. Therefore, every time you encounter indifference, remember that this is a chance to show your true inner strength. Modern Stoicism teaches us to value what truly matters, our own perception of value, not the opinion or behavior of others. This resilience that you cultivate will become an unshakable pillar, allowing you to face any adversity with stoic tranquility. And it is this silent but powerful strength that will guide you in transforming absence into self-sufficiency, the next step in this journey of self-discovery. Topic 3. Turning absence into self-sufficiency. The absence of attention, though initially painful, can be transformed into a powerful tool for developing self-sufficiency. When the people around you seem not to notice your presence or value, modern Stoicism offers a different perspective. This absence can be an opportunity for you to look inward and recognize your intrinsic worth. Instead of seeking external validation, this is the ideal time to practice self-sufficiency, strengthening your confidence in yourself and your abilities. This aligns with Stoic wisdom, which teaches that our inner peace should be independent of external circumstances. Imagine, for example, a period when you feel neglected by friends or family. Instead of diving into feelings of rejection, apply Stoic philosophy and use this time to strengthen your internal foundation. This may mean investing in practices that promote self-knowledge, such as meditation or reading Stoic books that reinforce the importance of emotional independence. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, for example, offers deep insights into how to maintain serenity and self-sufficiency, even when confronted with the absence of external recognition. This type of practice helps cultivate an unshakable confidence that does not depend on others' attention to flourish. Self-sufficiency is not just a valuable skill, but an essential Stoic virtue. It allows you to remain firm even when the world around you seems indifferent. When you internalize this virtue, the absence of attention ceases to be a source of pain and transforms into a catalyst for personal growth. Stoic philosophy teaches that by cultivating self-sufficiency, you free yourself from the shackles of external approval, creating a life based on solid and unshakable principles. This not only strengthens your resilience, but also allows you to be a constant and positive presence in the lives of others, regardless of the recognition you receive in return. In daily practice, this can mean dedicating yourself to activities that promote your personal development, such as learning new skills, practicing physical exercises, or simply reflecting on your achievements and goals. By focusing on your own growth, you begin to realize that the value of your life is not in the amount of attention you receive, but in the quality of the experiences you create for yourself. This focus on self-sufficiency empowers you to live more fully and authentically, turning absence into an opportunity to build a solid foundation of self-confidence. Thus, the absence of attention that once might have seemed like a sign of disdain becomes a powerful tool for strengthening your self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from within, and it is this strength that will allow you to live with more freedom and purpose. With this new perspective, you will be better prepared to face the next challenge, freeing yourself from the expectations of others, which will lead you to a new level of inner peace and self-sufficiency. Topic 4. Freeing yourself from the expectations of others. Letting go of others' expectations is undoubtedly one of the greatest challenges of modern life. We are constantly surrounded by critical opinions and expectations that often end up shaping our choices and actions. However, modern Stoicism offers a powerful way out of this emotional trap. Stoic philosophy teaches that true happiness and inner peace can only be achieved when we stop worrying about what others think and start living according to our own values and principles. This practice of detachment is liberating and allows us to focus on what really matters, our own growth and well-being. Imagine being in a situation where others' expectations pressure you to make decisions that go against what you truly believe. Perhaps it's a job you feel you must accept because everyone expects it of you, or a relationship you maintain just to please others. Stoicism teaches that these commitments based on others' expectations are unnecessary weights that pull us away from our true path. To break these chains, it is essential to practice Stoic detachment, which involves recognizing and rejecting these external expectations, focusing on what you value and believe to be right. This exercise in detachment strengthens your self-confidence and allows you to live a more authentic life. The beauty of this practice lies in its simplicity and depth. By detaching yourself from others' expectations, you are not only seeking a more peaceful life, but also developing a resilience that protects you against external criticisms and judgments. Stoic philosophy teaches that true strength comes from within and that others' opinions, while they may temporarily affect us, do not have the power to define who we are. When you free yourself from these expectations, you begin to live more fully, without the constant burden of needing to please others. This brings an inner peace that cannot be bought or achieved through external approval. To apply this in your life, start by identifying the areas where others' expectations are most present. Ask yourself, am I living this life for me or for others? The answer may be surprising and at the same time revealing. The next step is to align your actions and decisions with your own values and principles, even if it means disappointing some people around you. This is one of the pillars of Stoicism, living according to your own nature, in harmony with your beliefs and convictions, without being influenced by others' opinions. This process of self-discovery and alignment brings with it an unshakable strength and lasting inner peace. By freeing yourself from others' expectations, you make room for a more authentic and meaningful life. This practice not only strengthens your self-esteem, but also enhances your relationships as you begin to interact with others in a more genuine and true manner. And it is precisely this authenticity that sets the stage for the next Stoic lesson, transforming others' ignorance into power by using silence as a tool for emotional control and self-mastery. Topic 5. How Stoicism transforms ignorance into power. In Stoicism, silence is more than just the absence of words. It is a powerful tool for self-mastery and emotional control. When someone ignores you, the instinctive reaction may be to confront or demand attention, but the Stoic knows that true power lies in how you choose to respond. By opting for silence in moments of indifference, you demonstrate an unshakable self-confidence. This silence is not a sign of weakness, but rather of inner strength that refuses to be manipulated by external provocations. It is a strategy that preserves your energy and puts you in control of the situation, showing that your inner peace is not for sale. Imagine a situation where someone tries to provoke or ignore you in a discussion. Instead of being carried away by the emotion of the moment, the Stoic chooses silence, a choice that immediately changes the dynamic of the interaction. The power of silence lies in its ability to disarm the other person, removing any fuel that indifference or provocation might have. This Stoic practice of choosing when to speak and when to remain silent is a way of demonstrating that you are in control of yourself and the narrative. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of not letting others' actions disturb your serenity, but rather maintaining focus on what really matters. In this context, silence is an active, not passive response. It is a form of resistance that not only protects your inner peace, but also reinforces the perception that you are not easily manipulated. This approach is rooted in Stoic wisdom, which values self-control above all. Instead of immediately responding to an affront or indifference, the Stoic observes, reflects, and then consciously decides whether and how to respond. This not only demonstrates a high level of emotional maturity, but also makes it clear that your reaction is not dictated by others' behavior, but by your own principles and values. In everyday life, this can be applied in various situations, from personal interactions to work environments. When encountering someone who tries to ignore or provoke a reaction, remember the power of silence. This silence not only preserves your dignity, but also sends a clear message. You are above attempts at emotional destabilization. Modern Stoicism teaches us that this is a way to turn others' ignorance into an opportunity to reinforce your own inner strength, becoming a model of self-mastery for everyone around you. By mastering this art of responding with silence, you are practicing one of the most important virtues of Stoicism: control over your own emotions. This practice not only protects you from external influences, but also allows you to shape interactions in a way that favors your personal growth. And it is this emotional mastery that leads us to the next Stoic reflection. Patience as an ally in letting time reveal your true value, a theme we will explore next. Topic 6. Let time reveal your true value. In Stoicism, patience is more than just waiting. It is an essential virtue that teaches us to trust the process of life and allow time to reveal our true value. In a world where haste and the need for immediate results dominate, the Stoic finds strength in the serenity that comes with time. When confronted with indifference or lack of recognition, the natural reaction may be to try to prove your worth immediately. However, Stoic philosophy suggests a wiser approach, allowing your consistent actions, aligned with your principles, to speak for themselves over time. The value of a well-lived life does not need to be proven, but revealed by the passage of days. Consider a situation where you feel underestimated or ignored in your career or personal life. The initial impulse may be to force recognition, seeking validation at any cost. However, Stoic teaching reminds us that true value does not need immediate applause. Just as a river slowly carves a canyon, your consistency and integrity over time will create an indelible and undeniable mark. Your actions, guided by Stoic wisdom and virtues, will eventually speak louder than any words could. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in his Meditations that time is a fair and impartial judge, and we must trust in its ability to reveal the truth about our value. This patience, however, is not passivity. It is an active form of trusting yourself and the process of life. By adopting this perspective, you release the pressure of having to prove something to others and instead focus on living according to your own values and principles. Stoic wisdom teaches us that the recognition that truly matters is the one that comes from within, knowing that you are living authentically and in harmony with your own standards. Over time, those who ignore or underestimate you today may eventually recognize your importance. But even if they do not, the most important thing is that you lived with integrity and remained true to yourself. In practical terms, this means standing firm in your convictions even when the return is not immediate. Continue to work hard, act honestly, and cultivate patience. Time will reveal the impact of these actions, whether through others' respect or the inner peace you gain from knowing you live justly and honorably. By allowing time to do its work, you not only preserve your energy, but also demonstrate a calm confidence that is powerful in itself. Patience is therefore an invaluable ally in the Stoic journey, reminding us to trust the process and the power of time. And as you develop this patience, you may begin to see indifference not as an affront, but as an opportunity to exercise another powerful virtue, gratitude. It is in this spirit that we move on to the next topic, where we will explore how gratitude can transform indifference into a positive force in your life. Topic 7. Thanking for indifference. Gratitude, at first glance, may seem like an unexpected response to indifference. After all, how can you be thankful for something that often causes pain or discomfort? However, Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the surface of situations and find value in every experience, no matter how negative it may seem. The practice of gratitude, even in the face of indifference, is a powerful mental reprogramming that transforms adversity into an opportunity for growth. When you thank others' indifference, you are acknowledging that this experience offers you a unique chance to strengthen yourself emotionally, learn more about yourself, and detach from the need for external approval. Think of a situation where you feel your actions or words were ignored. The common response would be to feel resentful, but the Stoic sees a golden opportunity to practice gratitude. This indifference may be the push you needed to turn inward and seek internal validation. By thanking for this situation, you rewire your mind to see the hidden value in challenges that many avoid or lament. This act of gratitude is deeply transformative because it changes the narrative. Instead of being a victim of indifference, you become the protagonist of a story of self-overcoming and emotional strengthening. Moreover, gratitude for indifference teaches you to depend less on others to feel good about yourself. Stoic philosophy advocates that our inner peace should not be determined by others' behavior. By practicing this form of gratitude, you strengthen a foundation of self-confidence that is immune to others' mood swings and recognition. You begin to realize that your happiness and fulfillment are in your hands and that others' indifference instead of a curse is a blessing in disguise. This gratitude not only liberates but also empowers you to live more authentically and purposefully. In practice, this means taking a moment whenever you face indifference to reflect on what you can learn from this experience. Perhaps it is a lesson in self-sufficiency, or perhaps it is an opportunity to re-evaluate what really matters to you. Write in a journal, for example, 3 things you are grateful for, including the indifference you faced. This simple yet powerful practice can completely change your perspective and strengthen your resilience. Gratitude, when genuine, transforms negative situations into powerful life lessons that contribute to your continuous growth. Therefore, by thanking for indifference, you not only strengthen your spirit, but also prepare yourself to deal with life's inevitable pains in a wiser and more balanced way. Stoicism teaches us that by transforming pain into growth, we find a path to overcoming, And it is this journey of transformation that leads us to the next topic, where we will explore how Stoicism can be a powerful guide in turning pain into a tool for personal growth. Topic 8. Turning pain into growth. Stoicism as a path to overcoming. Pain, inevitable in any human journey, is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs. However, Stoicism offers us a radically different perspective. Pain is not only inevitable, but can be a powerful ally on the path of personal growth. When we are ignored or face painful situations, the natural tendency may be to succumb to suffering, allowing it to consume us. However, Stoic philosophy teaches that while pain is an inevitable part of life, suffering is optional. It is our response to pain that determines whether it will destroy us or strengthen us. Imagine being ignored in a relationship or at work. The pain of this rejection can be overwhelming, but Stoicism invites us to see this pain as an opportunity. It is in this moment of discomfort that we have the chance to grow, to develop a resilience we might never have discovered in times of tranquility. Pain, in this sense, is a strict but extremely effective teacher. It teaches us to look inward, to find strength in our vulnerability, and to use that strength to rebuild ourselves in an even stronger and more conscious way. This is an essential Stoic practice, seeing every challenge as a chance to become a better version of yourself. Stoicism gives us practical tools to turn pain into growth. One of these tools is constant reflection. When facing a painful situation, instead of fleeing or denying it, the Stoic reflects on what this pain can teach. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote about the importance of facing adversities with courage and using these experiences to strengthen character. Thus, when confronted with the pain of being ignored, you can ask yourself, what does this situation teach me about myself? How can I use this experience to become more resilient? This reflection turns pain into a catalyst for growth. Moreover, Stoicism suggests the practice of negative visualization, where you mentally prepare for adversities by imagining difficult scenarios before they occur. This practice is not pessimistic, but rather a way to emotionally strengthen yourself by anticipating pain and thus becoming more capable of dealing with it when it actually arises. This allows you to face pain with Stoic serenity, knowing that no matter how difficult this experience is, it will contribute to your personal development. This approach not only reduces the impact of pain, but also turns it into a powerful impulse for growth. Thus, by adopting the Stoic mindset, you begin to see pain not as an enemy, but as an ally in your journey of self-knowledge and growth. Every challenge faced with courage and resilience contributes to building a strong and unshakable character, and it is this resilience that prepares us to use another powerful Stoic tool, silence, as a way to control the narrative and thus shape your own reality, a theme we will explore next. Topic 9. The power of silence, controlling the narrative. Silence, within Stoic philosophy, is not just the absence of words, but a powerful way to control your own narrative and, by extension, the situations in which you find yourself. When you choose silence in moments of conflict or indifference, you are demonstrating an emotional mastery that completely disarms those who seek to provoke or manipulate your reactions. Modern Stoicism teaches that silence can be a more eloquent and powerful response than any words spoken in the heat of the moment. It is a tool of self-control that allows you to preserve your energy and maintain serenity, even in the face of adversity. Imagine yourself in an argument where someone tries to provoke or belittle you. The immediate reaction might be to respond and defend yourself, but the Stoic understands that silence in this context is the best response. By not reacting verbally, you not only preserve your own inner peace, but also demonstrate that you are not at the mercy of negative emotions or others' attempts at destabilization. This silence is an affirmation of strength, a way of showing that you do not need to engage in unnecessary conflicts to validate your position or worth. This emotional control is one of the most valuable practices that Stoic philosophy teaches us. Silence also offers a strategic pause, a moment to reflect on the situation before responding. Instead of being carried away by anger or frustration, the Stoic uses this space to consider the best course of action, or even decide if action is necessary. This deliberate silence is a demonstration of self-mastery and wisdom, as it prevents impulsive decisions from compromising your integrity and serenity. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius frequently mentions the importance of maintaining control over one's reactions, emphasizing that true power lies in the ability to choose how to respond to circumstances, not in being enslaved by them. In practice, this means that by opting for silence, you are taking control of the narrative. You decide when and how to respond if a response is even necessary. This is not a form of passivity, but rather conscious action. Silence in this context is a shield that protects your inner peace and allows you to maintain mental clarity in moments of tension. It also sends a powerful message to the other person. You will not be manipulated or swayed by unstable emotions. This is a form of emotional leadership that inspires respect and admiration both in yourself and in others. Thus, the power of silence should not be underestimated. It is a strategic tool that the Stoic uses to control the narrative of their own life, maintaining control over their reactions and consequently over their destiny. This practice of self-control prepares you for the next step in your Stoic journey, living with unshakable integrity, always acting according to your principles, regardless of external pressures, a concept we will explore in the next topic. Topic 10. The wisdom of detachment, living without pressure. Living according to your own values without worrying about others' expectations is one of the greatest freedoms that Stoicism offers. Detachment in this context is not about being indifferent to the world, but rather about consciously choosing what really matters to you. Stoic wisdom teaches us that by freeing ourselves from external pressures, we can focus on living an authentic and meaningful life. This does not mean that you should withdraw from people or responsibilities, but rather that you should prioritize what is in harmony with your principles and values, leaving aside what does not serve your life's purpose. Imagine the constant pressure to meet social expectations, whether in your career, relationships, or other areas of life. This pressure can be exhausting and often pulls us away from who we really are. The Stoic, however, learns to identify these pressures and practice detachment from them. By living according to your own values, without worrying about pleasing others or following norms that do not reflect your beliefs, you achieve a level of freedom that is profoundly empowering. This detachment allows you to navigate life with serenity, focusing on what truly matters, your own personal and spiritual development. Detachment also involves the ability to accept that not everything is under our control. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that we should focus on what we can control, our own actions and attitudes, and detach from results or others' reactions. This acceptance is liberating as it significantly reduces the anxiety and stress associated with trying to control the uncontrollable. For example, in a work environment where politics and expectations can be stifling, detachment allows you to focus on doing your best without being overly concerned with others' approval. This focus on the essential helps you maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. In practice, detachment can be cultivated through small changes in daily life. Start by reflecting on what really matters to you and what values guide your actions. Make a conscious effort to align your decisions with these values, even if it means going against the tide or disappointing some people. Remember that Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from living in harmony with your nature, not from incessantly seeking external validation. This type of detachment not only strengthens your resilience but also allows you to live more authentically and fully. By living without the pressure of others' expectations, you discover a new form of freedom, one that is rooted in who you truly are and what you truly believe. This freedom brings with it lasting peace and a sense of integrity that cannot be shaken by criticism or disapproval. And it is this unshakable integrity that leads us to explore the importance of overcoming rejection with grace and dignity, a central theme for the next topic in our Stoic journey. Topic 11, resilience, overcoming rejection with grace. Rejection, though painful and often demoralizing, is one of life's most common and inevitable experiences. However, Stoicism offers a way to turn this pain into an opportunity for growth and inner strengthening. Stoic philosophy teaches that rejection does not define your worth, but rather how you react to it. Facing rejection with grace and determination is an act of resilience, a demonstration that your self-confidence does not depend on others' acceptance. This is the true power of modern Stoicism, the ability to maintain your dignity and self-esteem intact regardless of external circumstances. Imagine being rejected in a situation you value deeply, such as a job promotion or a personal relationship. The pain of rejection can be acute, but the Stoic sees beyond this moment. They understand that every rejection is an opportunity to reflect, learn, and grow. Instead of allowing this experience to define or shake them, they choose to use it as a springboard for resilience. Stoic philosophy suggests that by facing rejection stoically, with serenity and courage, you demonstrate that your worth is not in others' hands, but in your own perception and acceptance of yourself. Stoic philosophy gives us practical tools to deal with rejection constructively. One of these tools is the principle of the dichotomy of control, which teaches us to distinguish between what we can control and what is beyond our control. Rejection often falls into the latter category. The Stoic learns to accept this with serenity, focusing on what they can do, improve themselves, continue to follow their values, and not allow rejection to define them. This focus on what is within your control not only helps you overcome rejection, but also grow and strengthen with it. In everyday life, facing rejection with grace may mean not reacting impulsively or allowing yourself to be consumed by negativity. Instead, it is an opportunity to reassess your goals, adjust your course if necessary, and keep moving forward with confidence. Stoic resilience is built on the ability to see every challenge as a chance for personal development. For example, when rejected for a job position, instead of feeling discouraged, you can seek new skills, explore other opportunities, or even reassess whether that position really aligned with your values and long-term goals. Thus, rejection, when faced with resilience, becomes a driving force in your journey of self-discovery and growth. It is not an end, but a new beginning, a chance to reaffirm your values and continue moving towards your goals. And it is this resilience, cultivated with grace and dignity, that prepares us to build unshakable self-esteem, the next crucial step in our Stoic practice, where true value is found within ourselves, independent of external opinions. Topic 12. Unshakable self-esteem, building inner value. Building unshakable self-esteem is one of the deepest goals of Stoicism, a practice that strengthens the soul and makes you independent of external fluctuations of approval or criticism. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the idea that true value comes from within and that no external opinion can truly define who you are. The modern Stoic understands that self-esteem should not be a fragile construction based on others' acceptance, but rather a stronghold built on solid principles and self-knowledge. This emotional self-sufficiency is what allows you to live with confidence, regardless of the circumstances around you. Imagine being in a situation where your self-esteem is being tested, perhaps by criticism at work, personal rejections, or the lack of recognition for your efforts. In these moments, it is common for insecurity to creep in, shaking your confidence. However, Stoicism offers a powerful perspective. Your self-esteem should not be influenced by these external variables. Instead, it should be cultivated from a deep understanding of your own worth, which does not depend on others' opinions. By focusing on your own qualities, achievements, and principles, you begin to build a sense of inner value that is unshakable and independent of external validation. Stoic philosophy teaches us to practice constant self-knowledge, reflecting on our actions, values, and motivations. This daily practice is essential for building solid self-esteem. By deeply understanding who you are, what you value, and what your strengths are, you become less vulnerable to criticism and more secure in your own skin. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasized the importance of being true to yourself and living according to your own standards, not others. This fidelity to yourself is the foundation of self-esteem that is not easily shaken by external forces. To strengthen this self-esteem, Stoic philosophy suggests that you practice self-validation, recognizing and celebrating your own achievements, big or small. Instead of waiting for others to acknowledge your value, do it for yourself. This act of emotional self-care is essential for cultivating self-esteem that is resilient and self-sufficient. It is also helpful to surround yourself with reminders and rituals that reinforce your inner value, such as reading Stoic books that offer insights and encouragement to keep your mind aligned with your Stoic values. Thus, by building unshakable self-esteem, you prepare to face the world with confidence that cannot be easily shaken. This confidence, rooted in a deep sense of self-worth, allows you to live authentically and fully, without worrying excessively about others' opinions. And it is this strengthened mindset that allows you to adopt a realistic optimism, where every adversity is seen as an opportunity for growth. The next lesson Stoicism teaches us in our personal development journey. Topic 13. Realistic optimism, seeing opportunities in adversities. Realistic optimism, as taught by Stoicism, is an approach that combines acceptance of reality with the continuous search for growth opportunities, even in the most challenging situations. Unlike naive optimism that ignores problems, the Stoic understands that life is full of inevitable adversities, but chooses to see these difficulties as fertile ground for personal development. This optimism, grounded in reality, allows you to face challenges with a constructive mindset, focusing on what can be learned and improved instead of being overwhelmed by difficulties. Imagine facing a significant setback, such as losing a job, a financial crisis, or an unexpected personal challenge. The immediate reaction may be despair or the feeling that things will not get better. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us to approach these situations with realistic optimism. By accepting the reality of the problem, you also recognize that there is always something to be learned or a new direction to be taken. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, the Stoic seeks to identify what is within their reach, to turn this adversity into an opportunity for growth and renewal. This realistic optimism is a practice that involves both the mind and the spirit. Mentally, you prepare to face difficulties with clarity and purpose, knowing that every challenge brings valuable lessons. Spiritually, you strengthen your resilience by cultivating an attitude that sees each obstacle as an essential part of the journey of self-knowledge and improvement. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on how adversities can be transformed into opportunities if approached with the right mindset. This optimistic yet realistic view is what allows the Stoic not only to survive challenges, but to thrive through them, In practice, realistic optimism can be cultivated through daily reflection and the constant search for constructive perspectives. When faced with difficulty, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? This proactive approach not only helps you better cope with adversities, but also prepares you for future challenges with more confidence and clarity. Additionally, keeping a journal of Stoic reflections can be a powerful tool for tracking your progress and continuing to develop this optimistic mindset over time. Thus, by adopting realistic optimism, you arm yourself with a worldview that does not deny difficulties, but embraces them as opportunities for growth and learning. This mindset prepares you to live with unshakable integrity, where every action is guided by firm principles and internal values, regardless of external circumstances. It is this integrity that constitutes the core of a well-lived life, which brings us to the final reflection on how to live according to your principles, the theme that concludes our Stoic journey.